In this video, I am going to answer a commonly asked question, that is why Python takes so much space in memory. First of all, let's understand this question, and to understand it, I am going to take the C programming language as reference. So this is a C programming language, and here I have declared an integer value, that is a equals to 10, and this line will print the size of this integer value. In C programming language, we have different data types to define an integer value. For example, to define a small number like a equals to 10, we can also use the short data type. But if you want to store a long integer value, then you need to use the long data type. In Python, first of all, we need not to explicitly specify the type of the variable. And also, a small integer value as well as a large integer value is also considered as the integer data type. Although we are not interested in this part, let me run this code. Now note that the space occupied by an integer is 4 bytes, so it is showing 4. So this is a Python program where this line will print the space but taken by an empty integer. First of all, we will see the space taken by an empty integer. Now if I press enter, so it is showing 24 bytes, which means the space taken by an empty integer is 24 bytes, which is quite large compared to C programming language. Now we will see what is the space taken by an integer when it actually contains some value. So it is showing 28. It has increased by 4 bytes, which means the size of the actual integer value is 4. But the question is, then why we have this extra 24 byte overhead? Actually, int in Python is quite different from int in C or C++. In Python, int is a fully fledged object, and in memory these objects are represented by PyObject, which has at least 3 fields, that are reference count, which will track how many references are there to the object, and a pointer to the object, and finally it stores the type of the object, whether it is integer or float or any other data type. So these 3 fields takes 24 bytes, 8 bytes each, and this is why we always have this 24 bytes of extra overhead. Now remember that this size are totally depends on your system, and this explanation is based on 64-bit systems. If you want to learn Python in depth from basic to advanced, then check out our pinned comment.